he said, "We as a nation must undergo a radical revolution of values. We must rapidly begin the shift from a thing-oriented society to a person-oriented society. When machines and computers, profit motives, and property rights are considered more important than people, the giant triplets of racism, extreme materialism, and militarism are incapable of being conquered. America, the richest, most powerful nation in the world, can well lead the way to this revolution of values."
This is Chuck Collins from United for a Fair Economy in Boston. We've heard that there is a growing gap between the very wealthy and everyone else. What does wealth inequality sound like?
I don't know, stock exchange discussions though, that's usually like just crowds going out and just people making weird signs with their hands.
Ching.
Ching!
Ching.
What does wealth inequality sound like?
Clack, 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 clack. Ring!
I think like paper shuffling, like dollar bills, like
Okay, what's that sound
choo
What's your wealth?
choo choo.
If that had a sound, what do you think it would sound like?
It sounds kind of silent to me.
Okay.
Chicking, chicking, chicking.
Whoop. Now I'm going to play you an audio track, and it's going to illustrate what wealth inequality sounds like, okay? All right, now I'm going to illustrate wealth inequality to you with an audio track. Do you mind listening? Okay. Put that over here in your ears.
Okay.
The sound that you are about to hear is a BB falling into a metal soup pot. Each BB represents $500 in net worth.
What?
$500.
Alright.
That's a representation using a BB. You know what a BB? You know, out of the little, there's these little guns. Yeah, a BB gun. Now here's what it would sound like if everyone was pretty much equal.
If we took all the private wealth in the United States and divided it evenly among all the 100 million households, each household's share would sound like this. That was the sound of 500 BBs, the equivalent of about $250,000 for every household.
Now this is what the 50 million poorest families in the U.S. sound like.
But as you know, wealth is not evenly distributed. If we were to take the wealth of the bottom 50 million households and average it out, here is what it would sound like. That was 10 BBs, the sound representing $5,000.
Speechless?
Well, yeah, I actually teach and have a lot of low-income kids, so it makes me sort of think about that.
Okay, and there's 1% of the population here in the U.S. have a lot of money, and this is what they sound like.
On the other end of the spectrum, let's listen to the average wealth of the richest 1% of households. To join the richest 1%, you need to have about $2.6 million or more. Here's what their share of wealth sounds like.
It's horrifying.
That was a lot.
Never-ending BBs.
It's a big pot.
It's a perfect example of excess.
Yeah, I think it's a very big difference indeed.
Oh my god. I'm kind of silent at the moment.
It's crazy. The way they broke that down, that's crazy.
That was the sound of wealth inequality, where the richest 1% of households has an average of $10 million, and the average 50 million households in the bottom, over half the population, has an average of $5,000 in net worth.
An average of about 10 million.
That's impressive.
It's kind of creepy, but that's impressive.